Hello everybody, welcome back to another vlog. I hope you're all doing really well and I hope that life is just treating you good at the moment. It is so hot today. Today and yesterday it was so warm. Yesterday was 32. I think today is about the same, but it's actually already 12:30 today. So the day has already started, but I just wanted to quickly show you something I bought from an Aussie YouTuber. She also has a small business on the side called Elements of Presence, and I got one of the candles that was for sale during the, I was gonna say Boxing Day, Black Friday sales. And she'd actually messaged me afterwards saying, after I'd ordered it, saying it was actually the last candle. So I think I got in at a pretty good time. I did see she had a watermelon scented candle. That I had my eyes on, but I was just too slow to get it. I didn't realize how much limited stock there was. So I got the coconut and vanilla scented candle. And it also says inhale and exhale on the side. I just think it's so pretty. I love the colors on it. It's just so like zen. You can't be like stressed looking at this. And the smell is so nice. It smells so yummy. Sometimes I'm always a bit hesitant with coconut and or vanilla smells because sometimes I can find them a bit sickly. So that's why I initially had my eye on the watermelon scent. But my slow bum was too slow and delayed to get that, so I got this one instead. I'm gonna light this either today or tomorrow, maybe tomorrow I think, because it came with instructions with the first burn how you meant to take it. It's meant to take around 4 hours for the first burn, so it burns out all to the edges, which I didn't actually know was a thing. But I thought I would show you this quickly. So this is all of her socials if you guys are interested in going and checking her out. I wanted to quickly show you. I'm on my third attempt now of trying to make a simple loaf of bread. I'm using the same Thermomix recipes from last time I tried to attempt this bread, but I'm currently halfway through the recipe. I'm in the stage where I'm leaving it to prove for an hour and a half for the first bit. So I've just got it in the oven here. The oven's literally just set on about 30 degrees with the tea towel over the top. But yeah, I'm hoping that this time it works, because if it doesn't work, maybe it's the recipe, which I don't know if I can really blame the recipe because it's got so many good reviews and so many people clearly use it through the Thermomix and it works for them. So maybe it's just me. But I'm not going to give up. Also because I still have so much yeast and baker's flour to get through, I'm not going to just stop attempting to make the bread. But if this doesn't work, maybe I'm just gonna have to try a different type of bread and just go from there and just hope for the best. I'm also so close to finishing the silent patient. You can kind of see the little indent in there, so I've only got that tiny bit to go. And I'm thoroughly enjoying it. I think it's getting better now because it's kind of getting into the nitty-gritty of things. Not enjoying it as much as The Housemaid, but nonetheless, really good read so far. I'm also trying to smash it out so quick. One, because I kind of want to find out what happens. But I just want to start using my Kindle. It's still just sitting there. I still want to get a case for it. I just want to use my Kindle. That's all I want to do. I also feel like I'm being such an adult today because I've been going through so much laundry and clothes washing because it has been so hot today. I've just been pumping out the loads, putting it all outside to dry, and it dries really quick. So that's when you know you're becoming an adult, when all you think about for a hot day is doing clothes washing, when really I should be thinking about going to the beach. But I'm not. I'm at home doing the clothes washing. And I can't remember if I spoke about it too much on here, but Nugget has had a UTI. It was over the last couple of weeks, and she did have to go on a second round of stronger antibiotics, and initially we thought that it was all good. So she's been off antibiotics for probably like maybe 4-5 days now. And out of nowhere last night, when she was on the couch, curling up to settle down, she just peed on the couch while she was lying down. So we have done another pee sample and I took that to the vet this morning. Still waiting to hear back to whether any kind of infection is still there. And if it is, it's just going to be a longer process and an expensive one, because I don't know if they're going to put her on a third round of antibiotics if the first two didn't work. But I also said to Reese maybe it was because she drank a lot of water yesterday because it was so hot, and maybe she just accidentally let some out. But in saying that, it wasn't just a tiny drip, like it was a decent amount. I'm back from Coles. I don't even know if I mentioned I was heading down to Coles. And I thought I would make a nice dinner tonight. I am using a recipe from the Thermomix, of course, because my skills without it are pretty limited. but I'm going to attempt to make this tonight. I think I may have made something like this before. So it's a creamy tomato and salami fettuccine. Got a lot of good reviews, a lot of people have used it. I wanted to get some more greeny bananas because we've got a couple, but I am also planning either today or tomorrow to make, it's called banana and oatmeal energy bars. So I want to try and make this because I'm not a huge breakfast person. Food I love, but the actual food that is typical breakfast food I'm not a fan of. So I want to try and make this something different. What are you doing? Oh, you're tired, hon, I know. This is literally how hot it is. She's just collapsed on the floor because it's cooler down there. You're a good girl. Good girl. So yeah, I do have 3 bananas down on the bench that we do already have, but 2 I'm going to use for that recipe. So I wanted to pick up some more. So by the time that they go bad and we eat those, these ones will be ready. Picked up a capsicum because it's in the recipe for tonight. I know Reese doesn't like it, but it's in that recipe. I'll cut it up small so he'll barely even notice it. But look how, this is the size of the, I don't even know if that shows justice of how big this freaking capsicum is, but it's massive. And this was literally the smallest one there. Some fettuccine for tonight. Got some pitted dates. That is for the oatmeal banana slice, as well as the pepitas. Not gonna lie, I still don't really know what the difference between these and pumpkin seeds are. They kind of look the same to me. Some little tomatoes, which is again for the dinner tonight. Also some salami. I only need about half of that, so maybe I'll just snack on the rest maybe tomorrow. It's about probably 10-15 minutes away till I'm on the next step of this bread as well. So lots is happening today. Alrighty, so I decided to take this out the oven for it to finish doing its thing. But I feel like some of you are invested in my bread making endeavours. So hopefully the rest of this goes to plan. Because if not, I've got a hell of a lot of yeast, dried yeast. I find it so weird as well. I'm just going to move away from the noise of the machine. I didn't know how much of a process it was to make bread. So I'm always now eternally grateful for a good slice of homemade bread. But I thought that I had this issue last time when I tried to make the bread where I felt like I was touching the actual mix, the dough too much, and it started to lose its like fluffiness. But this recipe says once you let it rise for like an hour and a half, you're meant to put it back in for it to knead again. So I feel like it just defeats the whole purpose of it. But I know I need to trust the recipe, but I feel like this is just what's happened that's ruined it last time. So we'll see how it goes. This time I am putting it in this big ceramic bowl pot, which even though it's not the shape of a loaf, this is the tin that Reese's sister and mum actually uses to make their bread, and they never had an issue because last time I tried to make the bread, it just rose so much and it just spilled over. So hopefully this does the trick, and hopefully I will finally have perfected this bread. Oh, it says I have to prove it again for another 3 hours. What an actual joke. But I think I'm going to sit down and try and finish The Silent Patient because I'm absolutely loving it, and I just want to get to the end of it. I'll let you know my final thoughts once I finish reading it. Alright, I am on an absolute roll today. It is 4:30 and I've just finished making, I've just cooked them out of the oven, the banana and oatmeal energy bar. So this is what they look like. They look pretty good. Yum. But a bit more of an update with Nugget. We have heard back from the vet, and unfortunately it's still showing signs of having an amount of bacteria in there that the vet isn't quite happy with. She called me earlier saying she's quite concerned. So she's booked in tomorrow morning. She's going to be at the vet all day tomorrow. It's kind of sad. I'm going to be home tomorrow, so it's good in that sense, but it's going to be weird not having her here. Kind of just like brings me back to when we had to bring her to the vet and have all the surgeries for the rock she had swollen. Swollen? Is that right? Does that just sound weird? And this time we actually have pet insurance, and we got quoted for tomorrow about $840, which is a lot of money. What can you do? It needs to be done. because this testing is pretty much going to sedate her. They're going to do an ultrasound. They're going to do some sort of testing internally in her bladder. She'll pretty much send that off for testing to see what it actually is, what the bacteria is, because the vet was saying that she's thinking that it's leaning towards the antibiotic resistant bacteria, which obviously isn't good because this all could have been solved with a simple round of antibiotics, but she did go on 2 rounds. The second round was stronger and it's still there. Yeah, back to the vet again. Right, so it's a little bit later on in the day. I'm currently in the middle of making the dinner, but I finished reading The Silent Patient and it was so good. I wasn't sure, to be honest, throughout most of the book what I thought of it. I think initially it had been so talked up with how amazing it was. I just had this impression in my head and expectation that the whole entire book would just capture me, and I read it so incredibly quick, but I don't feel like I read it as quick as other books I've read. But not gonna lie, towards the end of it, in the last few chapters, I can definitely see why it is so highly spoken about. So if you haven't read it, definitely recommend. But on a different note, I can finally start reading from my Kindle, and I'm so excited. I think I'm gonna start reading Fourth Wing tonight, because I do want to read tomorrow, but I think I will save that for... Hello? There's trouble. I think I will wait until kind of the whole hype of Fourth Wing is over, because I don't want to be so late to that game, because I feel like I'm just late to everything. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, puppy. Good morning, chicken. I'm gonna miss you today. I have no idea what's happening. Oh, chicken. Good morning, everyone. It is now Wednesday, and I'm leaving in probably about 10 minutes to take Nugget down to the vet for her procedure. I had this whole plan for today to be a cute, spend the day with me and do this cute morning routine, and I guess this just shows how much life can change and nothing always stays to plan, and that's okay. Be quiet, birds. But I need to quickly have some breakfast, make sure Nugget's been to the toilet, get her all ready for the car, and take her down to the vet. And knowing me, I'm probably going to cry about it, because any kind of procedure where we have to leave her somewhere, or not even just a procedure, even when we left her to go on our honeymoon, I felt so bad. I don't know why, like she was obviously fine, but it's just something about dropping her off at a vet, knowing that something isn't quite right, knowing she's going to be sedated, and there's always risks with sedation. She's been sedated before, but you just never know what could happen, and it just makes me sad. I am going to try and keep myself busy though today, so hopefully that will help distract me from myself being an absolute mess, because my baby is going to be in hospital. Let's get you in the car. Come on. She has no idea what's happening. I'm literally a mess. I have literally just been sitting in the car crying for like 5 minutes after dropping her off. But like, I know she's gonna be fine. Like, she's with the vet, she's fine. But she just gets so scared of people. And part of me always gets worried that, they might find something that's really bad, because they're going to be doing an ultrasound on her bladder, as well as they're also going to do some blood works as well, because she's never had blood works done, just to see if there's any other like underlying reason for why she's still got the bacteria. Oh my god, I need to get my shit together. I'm going to need to go distract myself for a bit. I think so. What I'm going to do is, I've got a voucher I can use for bras and things, so I might go do that, then probably just go home and cry some more. we are now home. Still nuggetless at the moment. I haven't heard anything from the vet. I'm not expecting to hear anything probably till like mid-afternoon. So I did pop into the shops to pick up some stuff to distract myself. Some therapy shopping, you may call it. So I thought I'd treat myself to a nice new white bra. Bras and things are actually pretty pricey. Like that bra, full price was $64. So I used the $50 voucher from Reese's parents, and then I actually had a $10 voucher sitting waiting for me for my birthday. So most of it I didn't even have to pay for that bra. But whilst I was at the counter, all the stuff that's at the front counter when you're trying to pay and it all looks really cute, I'm such a sucker for buying them. Be like, oh yeah, that looks cute, I'll grab that. And because in my mind I was like, well, I'm not paying for most of this bra anyway, I might as well treat myself. Such a toxic trait of mine. But I picked up these little crimp free clips. I've seen people with this kind of stuff everywhere. You know, when you're doing your makeup and you're just clipping your hair back, all cute. Then I also picked up, I don't know why, but it just looks cute. I like it. I could use it for work, just around the house. It's this big, large black clip for my hair. I assume it will work. I've got quite thick, heavy hair. So sometimes clips like this doesn't actually work with me. I reckon that works. What do you guys reckon? Sexy? I also picked up a iced latte from a little coffee shop I didn't even know was around. I can't even remember the name of it. It was like some vanilla something. So I thought an iced latte is probably exactly what I need. So I'm just feeling a little bit sad, a little bit down, and I just need a good coffee boost, you know? I wanted to get me excited. Alright, I'm going to do some quick running around the house, some quick tidying. I want to put the bed sheets on the wash. I need to clean the kitchen. It's just, place is falling apart without Nugget here. I just want to show you where you are currently sitting to get this angle. I don't even know how the camera has not fallen off, honestly. Like, this is where you are. It's just sitting on top of our TV. I don't know what's going on, but there you are. Update, we have just got a text from the vet saying Nugget is out of her surgery and she's in recovery now. They will call us shortly with when to pick her up, but they haven't exactly said yet what the issue was or if she's okay or what's going to happen from here. Just waiting now patiently to get my baby. I just want her back home because I know she'd be so scared and confused. Okay, vet called. Going to go pick up my baby. I'm so excited. I've missed her so much. I hope she's okay. I'm coming for you, Nugget. I'm coming, baby. My baby is back home. You're home. No. I missed you so much. Good girl. Majority of everything is fine with Nugget. They did all checks of the kidneys, all of that, all seems healthy. Obviously, besides the fact there's a high amount of infection in her urine. We won't really be able to find out about the best kind of tablets to treat that until next week, which is fine because it takes time for them to build up the cultures and figure out what best fights it off. However, apparently it's very common in vizslas. Pretty much the vets think they know why she's getting this UTI. Apparently in vizslas it can be quite common to have extra, I'm obviously not going to show any photos or anything, but there's like extra skin and folds around her vulva and her pee hole, and they believe that over time, every time she's peed, some of the urine has pooled inside that, which is then causing infection, which makes sense. And I have noticed it about her before, but I didn't really think anything of it. So they said pretty much within 6 months they would recommend us putting Nugget through a what's it called, a vulvoplasty or something similar like that, pretty much where they remove the excess skin and they tuck it under so it's all open, and it pretty much completely reduces the chance of her getting this again, because I was saying with how it is, they've seen it before, it can be very common for the UTIs infections to keep coming back. But they said in the meantime, you know, once we'll find out what's the best way to treat her infection now, and pretty much every night we need to use baby wipes to clean that area of her before she goes to bed, to try and prevent as much as we can of any infections getting in there in the meantime. And of course that procedure is going to cost an arm and a leg, but in the long run it's going to be worth it, I believe, because, you know, she's not going to be in pain anymore. I just hate the fact of having to put not only just dogs, just any human, I was gonna say any human being, any live being through a surgery and being sedated and having to have things cut off and being cut open if it's not necessary. But the vet made it quite clear that she would recommend doing this. So yeah, something to think about for us, I guess. Reese will be home probably in a couple hours. He's going off golfing with his dad. But I'm gonna go, oh my God. My task for the rest of the day is to cuddle up with Nugget on the couch, make sure she's comfortable, give her lots of hugs and kisses, and just make sure that she's doing okay. As soon as we got home, she went outside, did a pee and poop. They said they tried to take her out for a pee whilst waiting for me to pick her up. And of course she didn't go, because that's just not what she's about. As soon as I got home, she went and pooed outside, so that's probably relieved a lot of her stress being there. Alrighty, I think I'm going to wrap this video up now. I've just been sat editing this vlog that you're currently watching while Saga is asleep on the other side of the couch. Absolutely buggered she is. But I've realised as I'm editing this that it's already up to about 21 minutes long, which I think is, you know, getting up there with being the right amount of time. Don't want it to get too long. So I know this has only been 2 days, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this couple of days in my life. Even though it didn't go quite as planned, obviously life goes up and down. There's always happy times, there's always sad times, and today was a little bit of just one of those down times. But I'm just happy that Nugget is back home. She's comfy. She's staring at me right now. Yes, miss. Yeah, it also absolutely broke my heart when I walked into the vet to go pick her up. I could hear her absolutely crying her heart out in one of the other rooms. And the vet ended up telling me once she brought her back to me that she reckons that Nugget could hear me come in and heard me speaking to the receptionist and made her cry even louder. And I was trying so hard the entire time I was in there to just not start bawling my eyes out and break down. But as soon as I saw her tail was going nuts, was wagging like crazy. And then I got in the car, called Reese, told him all about all the updates, what had happened. Then I just broke down in tears to him on the phone with how sad I was. Hearing her cry makes me want to cry just thinking about it, so I'm just going to stop talking about it. It's one of the many crazy days of owning a puppy, especially a vizsla. You just never know what could happen. Just a reminder to give your fur babies an extra hug and kiss, because you just never know what's around the corner. And yeah, owning a pet can honestly be exhausting, both mentally, financially, physically, all of them. But I'm so happy she's back home now, and I'm going to spend the next couple of days just making sure she's okay, giving her lots of cuddles, reading more of my Kindle. I think I'm about up to chapter 3 of, I forgot what it's called. Fourth Wing. There you go. Chapter 3 of Fourth Wing. Enjoying it so far. Haven't really read a fantasy book before, like I'm not really into the whole dragon thing, but so far I'm enjoying it. And I'll let you know my thoughts of it as I get through it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys haven't subscribed already, please subscribe down below and give it a video thumbs up if you enjoyed, and feel free to go follow myself and Nugget if you want over on Instagram. The details will be on the screen or down in the description box. Yeah, I hope you guys are all happy, safe and well, and I'll see you next time. Bye!